Hey guys, it's me, Desiree Marie. Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you are viewing me for the very first time and this is your very first time seeing me. I am Desiree Marie and I do all sorts of videos. I do mainly lock videos where I bring you guys up close and personal as I journey throughout my journey, my lock journey, washing, styling, maintaining my hair. I give you guys very close and personal shots of what my hair journey looks like. I bring you guys along in the shower as I wash my hair, and I show you the ugly, the good, the bad, the ups and the downs, everything all in one. So if you're interested in seeing a real and authentic lock journey, definitely do subscribe. And I also style my hair as well. I'm not someone who stays in a box, so just be prepared for some really dope hairstyles. That's me. And I do a lot of like DIY around my first one bedroom apartment and some vlogs here and there. So if you're interested in cool videos almost every day, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's free. But anyway, guys, today I'm coming back with another lock Q&A video. Yes, I wrote down all the questions that you guys have been asking me. A lot of questions that I've been seeing very frequently. I thought I would just create a whole video for you guys so that I can address these questions and hopefully help you by answering these questions here. If you hear a lot of panting in the background, it is my dog, Twinkie. She's all over the place this morning. But anyway, guys, let's just get on into the lock Q&A video. All right, so the first question is, why aren't my locks growing? One of my followers, while I was on live, she asked me why isn't her hair growing. She feels like it's not growing, like it stopped growing, and it just seems like her locks aren't, you know, moving forward the way that they should. Your locks are constantly growing. Sometimes we don't realize that our hair is growing, especially when we have this type of hair, because our hair is growing in coils. It's not growing straight. So it's really difficult for us to see, oh wow, my hair has gotten longer, you know, since the last month, because our hair is not growing straight. If you have straight hair, you will see that your hair, you know, reaches, you know, a certain point every month. Your hair is growing. You can track it a lot easier. But when we have coily hair, especially when it's in locks, it's really difficult to track the growth. I would not worry too much about it. But one way that you can track your growth and make sure that your hair is growing, because it's growing half an inch every month at least. But what you can do is take pictures, take videos. Don't be afraid to do those things, because that is one way that you can track your growth and be encouraged and stay encouraged on your lock journey. You know, because a lot of people, I feel like they stop their lock journey prematurely because they feel like, oh wow, this isn't for me. My hair's not even growing. It's not looking like this, blah, blah, blah. Don't compare yourself. Know that your hair is growing. It's just doing different things. Especially if you are earlier in your lock journey, your hair is more doing inside work before it does outside work. And what I mean by that is your hair is focused on filling out in the center of the lock before it actually starts to hang and then grow. So in the beginning stages, you may see a lot of shrinkage and you may feel really discouraged that your hair is shorter and it doesn't seem like it's growing. Your hair is filling out in the center of the lock, and then it goes through a growth spurt when it fills out and it's starting to hang. So don't be discouraged. Know that your hair is growing, and take pictures, take selfies, you know, don't be afraid to do those things, and you will be encouraged. Stay encouraged on your journey, believe me. All right, the next question that I got is, how do I get thicker locks? Guys, I have so many answers, so many ways to answer this question that I am actually going to make this into a whole new video, but I do have a few tidbit points that I'd like to contribute and offer for this question. Now, if you can tell, my hair is not the thickest head of hair. I don't have the thickest head of hair here on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever. I have like a different density, but I do certain things that kind of like make it seem thicker. But if you are, say, in my boat and you don't have the thickest head of hair, I would consider doing two things. One, moisturizing my hair, spraying it. Don't be afraid to spray your hair. Don't be afraid to moisturize. When your hair is constantly being spritzed, your hair is locking even more, and so that contributes to it becoming more full. Another way that you can contribute to thicker hair, the thickest hair that you can grow, because we all have different types of densities, different types of hair types and whatever. But one way that you can allow your hair to become the thickest it can be is to leave it alone and maybe semi-freeform, which means that you're not retwisting, you're not, you know, doing too much to your hair, but you're just leaving it alone. You're not styling it. Just leave it alone and let it grow as it should, without, you know, the different manipulation like pinning it up or putting it in ponytails. Because the thing about it is, when you put your hair in a ponytail, sometimes that kind of like compromises the way that the lock is supposed to grow along the length of the lock. It can contribute to little dents here and there. You want your hair to fill out and be full and, you know, at its maximum. So I would lay off the styling for a little bit and just let it be, spray it, you know, make sure it's moisturized, and your hair should be the thickest it should be. Also, just, you know, just mentally note that your hair is still becoming thicker. So if you're, say, at my stage, I'm like 2 years old with my lock journey, my hair is still thickening up. It's not as thick as it will be. So just have patience with your hair. Know that your hair is still growing, and it will do as it's supposed to do. Don't compare yourself to other people. But like I said, I'm going to do a whole new video talking about how you can achieve maximum thickness for your locks, your particular locks. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. And another question I got is, when should I consider combining my locks? Now, for me personally, I don't have a whole lot of experience with combining locks. However, I do have a mom, and she has locks, and she has combined her locks, and she has done that for the locks that seem a little bit thinner and that may be thinning out due to hair, like the lock being heavy, so it's weighing heavy on the scalp. If you have that issue, I would consider combining locks, taking two locks and twisting it together to contribute to a thicker, more stronger foundation at the roots, so that your hair is not breaking off, and so you don't lose locks. You know, we don't want to lose locks here. So that's the only way that I know, the only instance that I can think of that combining locks would be really beneficial. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot of expertise in that area. If any of you guys have, and you know about combining locks, and you know you've done it before, drop those gems down below. And thank you for the question. All right, so why aren't my locks sealing? Guys, this is something, if you follow me here on this channel, you know that I have the same issue as well. Some of my locks have not sealed, and I've been locked for 2 years. And this, for me, I can only really give you, you know, answers based on my journey. But for me, it's because of the different hair types that I have going on in my head. So around the perimeter of my head, I have a looser hair texture, while the top is more thicker and dense. So the looser hair texture, I feel like for me, is a lot like more difficult to actually grow as a lock, and it's not as rough and coarse as the top, so it often goes without sealing completely, which I'm alright with, because I'm not really interested in the neat look and everything looking uniforms. And for me, another reason why my ends did not seal is because I prematurely plucked out some of the balls. And by the little hair balls, I'm talking about this. This is your hair's way, your lock's way of sealing at the ends. So you may get some of those, and then you may look at them like, what is this? Like, it doesn't make sense, and you may pull it out prematurely. that was my issue. I plucked them out, and that's how I ended up with curly ends. So if you are interested in your ends being sealed, try not to pluck out those ends. Let them grow, let them do it, whatever they're gonna do, and they will eventually spider web into a sealed end. Don't ask me how. This is all a mystery to me as well. But if your locks do not seal at the end, girl, don't be discouraged. Embrace it. A lot of people compliment me on my curly ends because it's cute. You know, it contributes to your unique look. Your hair is different from other people's hair, so enjoy your journey and how your hair decides to grow, and everything will be all right. Yeah, I wouldn't trouble it too much. Your hair is going to do exactly what it wants to do. So let it do that. If it doesn't seal, there is a way that you can seal your ends, and that's with a crochet needle. However, I don't have a whole lot of experience with that, so I really don't want to really recommend that too much. If anyone else has experience using this crochet needle, or perhaps a video that the person, anyone struggling with this can view in order to seal their ends properly, drop those gems down below. All right, so the next question is, why are my locks flat? Let me stop. Okay, this is something that I'm struggling with as well, because I have a few flat locks. Let me show you. This lock is flat. And this lock is flat. It's just weird. The two at the nape, the back of my head, are flat. And but they're not fully flat. I have a theory, all right? So when I first started my lock journey, I was doing minimum palm rolling, and then I stopped. And then I went semi-freeform, so I wasn't touching my hair at all. However, I was putting my hair up in different styles, you know, and so forth. So I think that might have kind of compromised the roundness of these two locks. But then when I feel the very top, the roots, to a certain point, to like this right here, it feels round. So as of recent, I've been, you know, retwisting it, palm rolling it, and leaving my hair down in the back. I think your locks kind of tell a story of kind of like what you've been doing along the length of your hair. So if your locks are flat on the bottom, that's a mistake that you made when you were early in your stage, like early in your lock journey. But if it's flat up top, that's something that you're doing right now. So I would maybe evaluate what I'm doing with my hair, what may be contributing to it, and looking for ways to kind of like alleviate those, you know, just try not to do what I'm doing and try to do something different. If that's you, try to find different methods that you can, you know, use. See what you're doing to your hair. You might not be retwisting it properly. It may be unraveling. You may not be retwisting very often, or you may be putting your hair up a whole lot and your hair is somewhat flat. Just listen to your hair. Your hair will definitely let you know where you might have gone wrong along the journey. But like I said, for me, I don't worry about those things too much because I'm not a person who's really like interested in the neatness of my hair, but I know that's not everyone, so you might be a little bit more conflicted with that. But if you're not concerned about perfection and each and every lock looking the same, straight cylinder, if you're not interested in that, I would not worry too much because your locks are going to do exactly what it wants to do. However, I would not want flat locks in the front. I'm alright with them being all the way back here because nobody can see it. But say if these were to be flat, I would get a little bit more concerned. So like I said, listen to your hair. Your hair will let you know where you went wrong and try something different. Another question is, will coloring my hair do damage? So, like I said, guys, if y'all know anything, drop those gems down below. But for me, I can only give you guys what I would do from my perspective, because I have not done some of these things. coloring my hair is something that I've contemplated, but I've not done yet. The last time I colored my hair was years ago when I was loose natural. However, I have thought about coloring my hair. A few months ago I was thinking about it, coloring my hair either blonde or darker, just to kind of like give it a monotone look. But then I decided not to at the moment because I am a little afraid. So coloring your hair may not do damage, but what will do damage is how you maintain your hair, or your lack of maintaining your hair after you color it. So the same with, you know, if you were to color your loose natural hair, you have to go in and condition your hair a whole lot more than you were previously, because you have to boost back in that moisture that your hair, you know, was taken from your hair. When it gets colored, your hair loses porosity. So color kind of causes holes in your strands, and so now your hair needs a lot of maintenance, a lot of moisture, in order to keep the oils and the moisture in your hair, and you know, just to keep it in, because there are holes now that leak. So now you need to boost moisture even more and stay on top of your conditioning game, stay on top of your moisturizing.